Most Dehancer reviews color grade perfect stock footage, and that's not what most of our clips look like. My mission for today is to show you what you can really expect using this software. Film profile changes the vibe instantly. There are a lot of profiles to pick from, and each one has its own color and contrast feel. Then we have the print, that adds that photographic tone curve. Bright areas roll off smoother, mid-tones feel a bit richer, and the whole image glues together. It helps harsh daylight shots look less digital. It will be the second biggest difference after the film profile. I usually tend to choose Kodak 2383. Film Developer gently shapes contrast and color separation. I use it when the footage feels too flat or a bit crunchy, or when different cameras need to meet in the middle. It's a small push that makes clips sit better together. Grain adds real texture, not static noise. It's not just an overlay. 8mm feel raw and nostalgic, while 35mm and up is cleaner and more cinematic. It also hides bending in the skies and gives the image a more natural look. Expand helps the image find true blacks and clean whites. If a shot looks washed out or a little crushed, this brings it back to a confident contrast. Film compression is one of those tools that really make it a filmic look. It saves the highlight from bowing out. You'll see more details in clouds, water, snow, and faces look less shiny. It keeps the punch but makes bright areas feel more natural. Halation adds a warm glow around strong highlights. A little goes a long way, too much can look smeary. This effect is something that really affects the image and makes it look like analog film. Bloom lets bright parts softly spill into nearby tones. It's great for sunsets, night city lights and cozy interiors. Think of a gentle atmosphere without losing detail. Color Head is a quick, film-style way to nudge overall color, warm it up, cool it down, or fix a small green cast from mixed lighting. It's mostly used to add a creative look. This is Vignette, which darkens or lightens the edges, pulling the eye to the subject and tidying up the busy corners. Film Damage adds dust, scratches, hair and a bit of wear. I like it for short retro moments or transitions, not the whole travel video. Film Breath brings tiny brightness and density changes frame to frame. It gives life to locked-off tripod shots and even drone footage. Too much looks like exposure flickering, so I keep it light. Gate Width adds a small organic jitter. It takes the perfect gimbal stiffness down a notch and sells the retro feeling. Again, just a hint is enough. Overscan shows the film border and a bit of gate, like a real scan. I use it for title cards, chapter breaks or montage moments. Together with Film Damage, Breath and Gate Width, it makes a very good creative composition for your shots. If you liked those tools and would like to try them, you can download Dehancer for free. And later you can use my promo code SHOT10 to get 10% off. I'll leave a link in the description. And now it's time to show you how I use Dehancer in DaVinci Resolve. This workflow is recommended by Dehancer, so you can copy and use it on your film. Color grading with Dehancer is really easy. I just need one node and then I go to Effects. I drag Dehancer Pro to my node. And now I have to choose the right source. If you use regular footage, you can just choose Rec 709 and continue with the grading. But Dehancer lets you choose your exact camera model, and they have a lot of cameras to choose from. And you can also check in Camera Raw tab if you are using the right settings. Before grading, you can correct your source file here. So you can change the exposure, the temperature, the tint and other settings. For now, I will turn off the film grain to see the changes better, and we will start with the film profile. For this scene, I will choose Kodak Vision 3 50D. Then, after choosing the film profile, I'm going to set the vignette because it affects the overall exposure and it's nice to do it right now. I can click Mask Mode to check out where the vignette is exactly without the feathering. And now I can set the vignette wherever I want. Okay, so when the vignette is added, it's very subtle here. We should go to print. I will choose my favorite Kodak 2383 print film. And here I'm going to fine-tune the settings. So I will change the target white. I want to make it a little bit colder. Then I will lower the exposure a bit. I will increase the tonal contrast. And that's the change that the print film did. Then I go to Film Developer. Here you can further tweak your footage, so I will enable it, and I want to boost the colors because the scene was very vibrant and I think that this will be great. So this is what the Film Developer gave me. Now, when we have a rough idea how our footage looks like, we can add the grain, and it's where the magic happens. I will enable the grain. It's 8mm ISO 500, and as you can see, the grain is very visible. But I like to use 35 and ISO 250, or even 65 and 250. Of course, you can also make custom changes and change the size, amount of grain, and the resolution. Then, when our film grain is set, I will go to expand, and here you can change your black point and your white point of the image. I think that the black point is set correctly, maybe the white point, yeah, I will make it more bright. Then I'm going to film compression, I enable it, and it compresses the brightest parts of my image. So for example, this waterfall looks much less digital and has a much more analog vibe. Then we can start adding effects like halation. I will show you 8mm no ramjet, and as you can see, there is a lot of soft glow on highlights that's orange and warm. Then I will add bloom. I will go with 8mm or maybe 16mm. The drops of water are working very good with this bloom because they are getting this shine everywhere here on the screen. And actually, one of the last parts that I use the most is color head. It lets me change the creative look of colors in my image. So for example, if I want to make it warmer, I can move it to yellow. You can also change the tone of the shadows, midtones and highlights separately. And now we are left with a few stylizing options to your footage. So first is film damage. You can customize this damage in custom option, and you can choose the amount of dust, hair, scratches or the total amount of damage. But also you can choose some of the most common presets like 8mm, then your damage is really visible on the screen. Or you can use the 65mm where there is not a lot of damage. Then there is film breath that adds changes in exposure and somewhat flickering. Also, the 8mm is much more noticeable than 65mm. Then there is gate width, and the gate width simulates the movement of the film in the real life. The last function, that is overscan, and if you enable it, you can also change here if it should be static or if it should be moving. When you change it to moving, it's, I think, really computer heavy, and that's one of the cons of this function, but it adds great effect that you can combine with very strong film damage and very strong film breath, and now you have this retro vibe. You can also change the shape of the gate. You can also change the perforation mode and other options, so you can customize it to your needs. If you like a particular look that you created, you can also generate a LUT that you can apply to other clips and have it for later. I have to say that Dehancer really surprised me. I wasn't expecting that good effects with just one node in color grading and very easy workflow. Actually, one of the only cons is that it can be computer heavy if you add a lot of effects. If you would like to use Dehancer for your photos as well, you can use Dehancer Online. It works on your phone and in your browser as well. Think of it a bit like Instagram filters, but much better and actually working. Every time I try to use Instagram filter, it makes really bad effects. But with Dehancer Online, it's really different story. You just need to click and drag your image to the Dehancer Online, and then you will be presented with a lot of presets to choose from. You can zoom in and check the preview of each preset and choose the one that you like the most. I will go with Kodak Ultramax 400 and 2383 print film. Here on the right you can click Original to see how it looked before. This is a picture from my phone, so it's nothing special. And then you can click Light, and again you will be presented with a lot of options to choose from. This way is really good because you can see each example. You don't have to choose on like fictional numbers, you just see the image and you choose which one is right for you. And then I will click Color. Here you choose the temperature and tint. The last part is effect. I will lower the grain, add more bloom because I want to emphasize those lights, add more halation, and then I will add vignette. And this is the effect that I achieved in just a minute with Dehancer Online. You can also click Adjust and change the exposure of your original image, the contrast, the temperature, and any other option. You can also crop it and export also in lossless quality. And that's my unique take on showing Dehancer and Dehancer Online on my footage. I hope that it helps you decide if Dehancer is for you. Remember that you can use my promo code SHOT10 to get 10% off your purchase. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and check out the next one. Maybe it will help you as well. Thanks for watching, and remember, let your films be shot by reality.